Hey guys, this is TPW talking pro wrestling, and AEW Dynamite came out with a banger episode tonight. This was a big show, as this also was the first Dynamite. This is the location where the first Dynamite happened in Washington, D.C. Starting things off was the AEW World Championship Eliminator match, which I did not see coming. I did not see that becoming the opener of the match, but it was a great match. This was a pay-per-view caliber match that was kicking off the show, with the finish allowing the chase for Cole to continue without MJF getting pinned here. As this ended up being a 30-minute time limit draw, which the fans were visibly, and you could hear them being upset. Of course, everybody wants Cole to pin MJF, but nope, that's not happening. Not yet, anyway. I kind of see a trilogy coming here, with another Eliminator matchup happening eventually. Then MJF actually loses this time, and then they go one-on-one and MJF retains. That's what I see happening, but we'll just have to wait and see. A video package showcased the upcoming return of CM Punk. He said that there was still a lot to do and that he had a lot off his chest. Then a video package from IWGP champion Sanada was shown issuing an open challenge for the IWGP World Heavyweight title at Forbidden Door. Sanada said he looks forward to see who on the AEW roster will answer the challenge. Then we had Sting, Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, 8-man tag team action between the Mogul Embassy, Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin, Sting, and Keith Lee. This was an amazing 8-man tag team matchup. These guys fit 15 minutes worth of action into about 7. At one point I thought Sting hurt his leg, but he bounced back well in a fun-looking finish. Renee Paquette was then backstage with the Guns as she asks their relationship with Bullet Club Gold following the finish to the main event last week. The Guns were playing dumb and said that they're the best brother tag team in AEW, issuing a challenge to the Hardys next week. Jake Hager and Wardlow went one-on-one once again for the TNT Championship. Wardlow gets the victory in the rubber match in a feud dating back a few years. And post-match, the next challenger was official for the TNT Championship. The Christian Cage and Luchasaurus tried to cut a promo on the big screen, but the audio wasn't working for the first half. We heard the important part. This Saturday it will be Luchasaurus versus Wardlow for the TNT title at Collision. A video was shown of the ace of New Japan, Hiroshi Tanahashi, who said as long as MJF is AEW champion, the title won't shine like it should. Tanahashi came very close to beating Moxley at Forbidden Door last year and issued a challenge to MJF. Paquette approached MJF backstage being attended by a doctor and told him it's official at Forbidden Door. MJF declined, calling Tanahashi a rando from a rinky-dink indie fed in Japan. MJF said it won't be the first time he's no-showed for a match Tony Khan booked him for, telling Tanahashi no again. Renee Paquette was backstage with Orange Cassidy as she asked what the future holds, and Cassidy said everyone knows how it works. Someone walks in and challenges him. Zack Sabre Jr. is right on cue and said the idea of being a double champion sounds marvelous. Daniel Garcia walked in and asked Cassidy where Katsuyori Shibata is, as Cassidy said Shibata isn't here, but set up a tag team matchup between him and Shibata versus Zack Sabre Jr. and Garcia next week. Zack Sabre Jr. did not seem too fond of Daniel Garcia. Sky Blue then challenged Tony Storm for the AEW Women's World Championship. Blue put up a good fight, but the crowd bit for the false finish at the end. The numbers game once again proved to be too much, with Tony Storm retaining the Women's World Championship. Renee Paquette was backstage with Hook and Jack Perry, who said the summer of Jungle Hook is in full swing. Perry said he feels naked without championship gold, so he officially accepts Sanada's IWGP Open Challenge for Forbidden Door. Paquette asked Hook his thoughts, but Perry interrupted and said this came up quick, calling Hook his best friend, and asked him to corner Jack at Forbidden Door. Hook gave the fist bump as I firmly expect the wheels to eventually fall off Jungle Hook sooner rather than later. Then we saw the main event take place between the Hung Bucks and Blackpool Combat Club. The match itself was an action-packed sprint, but the post-match just got bigger and better. The Hung Bucks did win, but Eddie Kingston made his return. The Elite got their hands on Takeshita, to finally the appearance of Will Ospreay. The final 5 minutes of the show was wild, and Will Ospreay took down Kenny Omega with two hidden blades, well, one hidden blade, a Stormbreaker, and then another hidden blade. Absolute bonkers of a show for Dynamite tonight. This was easily 5 stars. This was a great show. And it really shows how amazing AEW really is. And Collision looks good too. There was a lot of Collision stuff that came into play there. That'll be on a different episode though. I'll do a whole Collision episode all by itself this time around, since I'll also be doing Impact Wrestling predictions here as well. Speaking of Impact Wrestling, I'll come to you guys in a little bit here. Okay guys, it's time now for Impact Wrestling predictions. The fallout from Against All Odds begins in all new Impact this Thursday at 8/7 Central on Access TV and 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube for Impact Insiders. And we've got new champions kicking off Impact this week, with the Motor City Machine Guns making history this past Friday at Against All Odds. Alex Shelley toppled Steve Macklin to become Impact World Champion for the very first time. Meanwhile, Chris Sabin defeated Trey Miguel to become the X Division Champion for a record-setting 9th time. The world witnessed an emotional moment as Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin celebrated their accomplishments to close out the show. This Thursday, they will kick off the Impact as we find out what's next for these new champs. Two members of Decay will be taking on ABC in the team of Chris Bay and Ace Austin. The current reigning Impact World Tag Team Champions, ABC, have been on a roll as of late, scoring hard-fought victories over Subculture and the Good Hands to remain on top. This Thursday, Decay looks to topple Ace Austin and Chris Bay when they collide with the champs in non-title action. A win for Decay would surely put them in line for a shot at the Impact Tag Team titles. But do they have what it takes to derail the momentum of ABC? I don't think so. Bully Ray will address the Impact Zone as Bully was about to assault Jonathan Gresham with a steel chair during the 8-4-1 match at Against All Odds when Scott D'Amore made his shocking return. Just 2 weeks prior at Under Siege, Impact's president was brutally attacked and put through a flaming table by Bully Ray and Steve Macklin. Scott D'Amore stopped Bully from carrying out his plans and gained a measure of revenge when he cracked him with the steel chair. This Thursday, an incensed Bully Ray will address the Impact Zone, and there's no telling what chaos may ensue. And then we've got Rich Swann versus Moose, as Rich Swann and Moose are set to renew their Impact epic rivalry. At Against All Odds, the adversaries were unable to coexist in the first ever 8-4-1 match to determine the number one contender for the Impact World title, which played a role in their team's defeat. Back at Sacrifice 2021, Swann made history when he defeated Moose to unify the Impact World title and TNA World Heavyweight title in a blockbuster main event. This Thursday, the next chapter in this long-standing rivalry will be written. On here, I think Moose will probably get the victory here. But there you guys go. That was Impact Wrestling predictions and Dynamite results. Coming to you this Friday will be Collision predictions. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you later.